I am Savvy Mike, and this is Savvy Reviews. And well, this is my official review of episode 5 of Jujutsu Kaisen, or episode 6 rather, of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Culling Games, part 1, titled COG. Now, where we left off in the last episode, Yuji and Hikari seem to be collision in each other's face, basically fighting because this nigga Hikari found out Yuji was from Jujutsu High. Now, he doesn't understand why he there. He doesn't really care. His passion's gone cold. So he's just, I assume, whooping Yuji's ass this whole time. But instead of us seeing that, we cut to Megami in the beginning of this episode doing some Batman Assassin's Creed type and just stealth killing all these niggas just to get up to the deck where Yuji is, because he assumes that he's in trouble since he hasn't heard back from him in a while. So he goes up there and he runs into Kiara, who is basically Hikari's thing, and she's a special grade curse user as well. And so basically protected. Once she finds out, it's kind of cool how they did this, I'm not gonna lie. She sees Megami coming up to the office, and I guess she hears or sees Panda as well. And she realizes that they must be from Jujutsu High. And since they're from Jujutsu High, then Yuji is from Jujutsu High. So she calls Hikari, and then that's when we cut back to the part where we left off at in episode 5, basically. So yeah, all spoilers here for these TV show reviews, by the way. All spoilers here. Better way to tell you how I felt while I was watching it than just telling you how I feel. But regardless of all that, Panda, Megami, and Kiara get the scrapping. And of course, it's JJK sorcerer fights happening. Great animation, cool to watch. But unfortunately, when it comes down to Jujutsu Kaisen, they like to do a lot of exposition dumps even while they're scrapping, basically explaining Kiara's powers and how they work and how the stars align, and it's a magnet, and she's tattooing niggas with the stars so they can detract from what she wants them to not be around, and that's how he can't get his special grade because she's tattooing a whole bunch of while niggas are fighting. Well, I'm not mad at it. I guess what the problem is, I'm reading. And so if I was just watching the English dub, I wouldn't have the subtitles on, and I'd be able to just enjoy it as it was playing out, even though Megami's monologuing the whole time trying to figure out what her powers are as they're fighting. And that's basically the meat of this episode. But at some point, he figures it out, finds a way to finally beat her, get close to her. Some about the stars being magnets and how this magnet is attracted to that magnet because of its special curse energy. I watched it one time, I read through it, still can't explain it to you. It's just that much. It's so dense, and I think that's the issue too. It's like I'm more of a shower, don't tell me, like show me. And so in JJK, it's a lot of telling you. It's like, and it's just a lot of telling you in the most descriptive way. Instead of it just being a simple answer to it all, it's this whole thing, which I'm cool with the detail, but god damn, it's just a lot to put on a person as they're watching a show, episode. It's just a lot of explaining while I'm trying to enjoy the cool fights that are happening. But we get past that. He finally convinces Kiara to help them because they're there for a specific reason while the Culling Games is going on and whatnot. And Yuji just breaks out of the office because he's getting his ass beat by Hikari, and Hikari's pissed, but Yuji's saying he's not going to fight back because he wants to earn Hikari's respect, basically. And so he just keeps taking this beating until he, I guess, earns his respect. Basically calls himself a cog in the machine to help sorcerers move on. He's just a cog. We're all just cogs. I did like that last part of this episode when it got into that part with Yuji and Hikari, him basically abusing them until realizing that, maybe he is here for a reason and I should help him. Regardless of it, that happens. Definitely the best part of the episode for sure. And then we get to the last scene where this guy, he's tearing up the Culling Games, because before we cut to this part, the Culling game referee, I guess, pops up and goes, hey, a new rule has been added by a player. And like I said, there's a lot of exposition dump in JJK, so I didn't even know that when a nigga got up to 100 points, they could just, or 200 points, they could add a rule. He's like, yeah, add a rule to the Culling. I'm sure it was explained. I'm sure in that third episode, I'm sure it was explained. I just missed it. But hey, he adds a rule, basically wanting to know the description of all the sorcerers competing in the Culling games because he is, for some reason, looking for Sukuna. Now, I would assume he's just looking for Sukuna, you know, to I guess be a servant or help him because did he not see what he did to Shibuya? Why do you want to find that man? I don't know. But either way, that's how the episode ends. And regardless of it, while I enjoyed the animation, I enjoyed the fight scenes, I even enjoyed where the plot is taking us and how it's moving forward. I feel like the pacing is really well done in what they're trying to do. I don't know how long the season is going to be. I hope it's more than 10 episodes long, for real. Like at least 12 or 13. Make it make sense at least. But if this just abruptly ends and that's it, see you in 2 more years, I'm going to be kind of perturbed. But regardless of it, I like where it's going. I like the themes that they're still pushing and the messages that they're still doing. And while it's so many characters, so many things happening, and so many, you know, like what is Ghetto doing? Like we don't, you know, we haven't really even cut to what's happening there. You know what I mean? So it's still a lot that needs to be addressed in my opinion. So hopefully this is a girthy season, like at least a good 15 episodes, so we can really get the scope of what's happening with the Culling games. Either way, regardless of it, I'll give it a fire, even though it was too much exposition dumps during that fight scene. Still give it a fire, still like it, still looking forward to the next episode. Enjoyed the cliffhanger. Let's see what happens next. Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hey, y'all watching these JJK reviews, do your boy a favor, subscribe and like and comment. Let's get in the algorithm. Thank you. Anyway, I am Savvy Mike and this is Savvy Reviews. Peace.